Oh, shit. Hey, hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of, what the hell do we call this show again? Oh, yeah, Deconversion Stories. That's right.
I totally didn't run to the garage as soon as the music started. I did not
That's why you're
flip
out of
on the
breath
dog
now?
bed, eat shit, and run into this wall just now.
How'd that shit taste? Anyway.
Love your intro music, Neil. I'm over here like,
Oh,
yeah.
Yes. Well, thank you. Thank you.
Every time it
It's a tasty
plays.
jam.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. The 604 Beavers are in the chat again. Oh, here we go.
Oh,
So
really?
anyway. I just randomly popped up the 604 thing that's I got going on here.
Oh.
Which, by the way, for those of you who don't know, 604 is the area code where I live. So
Did not
that
know.
narrows it down a little bit to, you
Right.
know, a lot of British Columbia. So good luck trying to find me. You know.
I figured that was the whole one for Canada.
Yeah, 604 for all of Canada.
It's like
Then
seven.
they ran out of phone numbers, and well, no, I mean, we've got all kinds of fucking area codes here. There's like 5 now, I think, in BC alone. There used to be like 1 or 2. It was Lower Mainland area, and then everything else.
Wow, 5.
And now we got like 5. I know, like, wow, a lot of population. Anyways, this has nothing to do with the show. Welcome to the show, Nancy and Patti, the
Hi.
Apostate sisters.
Hello.
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 Thank you for having us on, Neil. It was great to meet
Hey.
you in person recently.
Yeah. I was just going to get to that. Yeah, we met at the Baja Con that went on there in Sarnia, Ontario, and you know,
I was in jail.
after the con, myself and you guys, I don't know if you met the kilted atheist, my friend Jackson, but he was one of those guys wearing a kilt all the time. And
I have a picture of him actually. I asked to take one. I'm like, you got a
nice.
great look, and I have another friend that wears kilts. So I'm like, yeah, let me take your picture.
Yeah, Jackson's good people. He lives in my neck of the woods too, but over on the Vancouver Island side of things. So we ended up going to London, Ontario for the last day because we had some time to kill before our flight that got all fucked up, had to leave anyways. That's a whole other story. But we went to a little anthropology museum, I guess, where about the local tribes and stuff like that, which is really interesting. It was nothing like super spectacular, but they had all these little displays and stuff, and you could touch some of the bone tools and whatnot. And
I like that stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And they have cicadas there. Yeah, those are the fucking bugs that hatch once every 7 years or some shit like that. They come out and they're super noisy. Like I don't know if any of you guys watch anime, but you'll always hear them in the background certain
really?
months.
You
can hear them in the background. Hear them in the background.
Oh yeah,
everywhere.
Up in Minnesota they exist, and it's like a different variety. They're there every year, not the.
Well, so I'm down in central Illinois. Have you guys heard of that? The 2 broods that had come through recently.
Hello, fellow Illinoisan. Don't you see my flag back here?
Yeah.
My half Chicago flag. Yeah, we got it pretty good this year.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Yeah. It wasn't too bad in our area either. I'm in the Champaign-Urbana area, but we did have like one friend. They live by the lake, and when I went over there, you could crunch them on the ground because there were so many up and down the trees. It was pretty wild to see.
I wonder if they stay crunchy in milk. Anyway,
one way to find out: to the laboratory.
Yes.
I draw the line
on my white coat
in my mouth.
Anyways,
somebody's eating a bowl of them right now, and they just spit it out of their mouth like, yeah, that's gross and weird. I would never eat cicadas.
I don't know if anybody's eating
tons of mice. I'm looking at you.
He'll eat anything. He's like that Mikey guy from the Life cereal commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so what we do here on the show, dramatic pause, is we talk to people about their deconversion stories, how they found their way free from their previous belief systems, whatever that may have been. So first of all, what version of Christianity were you guys?
What was your flavor?
Yes.
We had a couple of flavors.
Cinnamon.
Yeah.
But we started in the Worldwide Church of God, which is
Worldwide Church of God.
Worldwide.
Have you heard of it?
Yeah.
So if you went somewhere else on the planet, they go, oh yeah, I know that one.
I mean, for a little while, maybe. But yeah, it was Herbert W. Armstrong started it in the 30s. And so it was the 1980s when we were lucky enough to be born into it. And they're probably set apart by They are Sabbath keepers. So Saturday Sabbath, Friday sundown to Saturday sundown, and Unitarian, not Trinitarian. What else, Nancy? What's the big thing? I guess people thought we were Jehovah's Witnesses.
I'm trying to decode your slingo here. So,
okay, yeah.
Sabbath keeper. So that means Friday to Saturday or Saturday to
Friday sundown to Saturday sundown.
Sundown to Saturday sundown.
No, nothing.
Jewish tradition.
No, nothing. Yeah.
No,
right. Very much. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or Seventh-day Adventists. A lot of people compared this church to Seventh-day Adventists. Right. Holy days they had as well. We couldn't celebrate things like, Christmas, Easter, everything except for Thanksgiving. No Halloween? Birthdays. No,
definitely not Halloween.
Not
I'm just saying the trick or treating. No, it's candy.
That was extortion.
Trick or treating. Never got Christmas presents. Sorry.
That's
how my dad felt about it. He thought it was extortion, and of course, the whole thing was pagan, which was the big deal in our
most
cult
of Christianity.
Because they never stole anything from paganism.
They've been jacking pagan ideas for this entire time.
Yeah. So you grow up hearing this word over and over, pagan, but you have no idea what the fuck it means at all. You just know it's those people. It's something evil. You don't want anything to do with
the out group.
Right.
Yes.
We don't like the out group.
I never asked through all my churches and Sunday schools. I never asked them for a definition of pagan, did I? I was just like, I ain't no pagan.
And we all
didn't want to be it. You just didn't want to be a pagan. You had no idea what it was.
Pagan.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. We didn't have to explain things. They just made sure you knew that you were bad if you were associated with it. And so you didn't have to know. It just gave you a well, I don't want to be that then. Right.
That's a bad word. I don't want to be a bad word.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, HR Johnson's showing the support lurk over on Twitch. Hi, HR.
Oh, yeah. Let me get on Twitch. Make sure we're not getting made fun of too bad.
Well, no, we're always getting made fun of. Come on, let's be real.
That's right. Whatever.
Bring it.
We could take it. I'm a big boy. I'm a big kid now.
We're sturdy.
I got all these stupid commercials popping in my head there. I don't know. All right. Oh, look, the Bin Podcast talk popped in there too, eh?
Hey. Fancily enough.
Watching the comments here too.
Fancily enough. So we got the Sabbath keeping, and then what was the second thing you said?
They were Unitarian, so they didn't believe in the Trinity.
Just God, then.
Just the unit.
Just God, but also they still talked about the Holy Spirit, and Jesus was still a thing. So I don't know. It's like the God family, right? Isn't that, Nancy, what they said? It was like the God family.
It was like there was no question. This, even though all these other people say, "Oh, we are the true church of God," no, we're the actual true church of God, and don't be fucking idiots and follow these other churches. Trust me, listen to me, even though I don't make sense. This is the correct one.
Exactly.
It's like Christian shotgun. It's like you're sitting up front. I called shotgun, and therefore my church is now the only church because I called it.
Yeah. Exactly. And this church, I know worldwide sounds very generic, like it's every other evangelical church. We did get into evangelicalism. We'll get into that later. But this church still exists. It split apart in the mid-90s because the doctrine changed to something more evangelical. And hello, Jesus, and smile, and Jesus loves you and all this. It's not the monster God that we were raised to believe in. And so a lot of people split. I want to say a good half of the people got out of there.
A civil war.
Yeah. And then all of these offshoots started getting created. And so the church still exists, but it's in the form of possibly hundreds of different splinter churches at this point, teaching the original teachings. I want to say similar to Seventh-day Adventists and Mormonism. Very, very close. So we have a whole 6-part series on this church, if someone's never heard of it. Where we talk about who was Herbert W. Armstrong and this legacy he left behind and the church and its members. And look, we're in our 40s now, and we're just now talking about this publicly. So it takes a while. It takes a while.
Yeah, if you guys need, by the way, I have their link tree linked in the description box below. It'll lead you to all their stuff. So
great. Thank you for that.
I do my shit.
There's tomes. There's tomes on their website. Website is just full. I was like, let me just grab a couple of sound, but God, there's
No.
so much crap on here.
But the reason is that was Armstrong's whole thing is he gave away free literature. Like from the beginning, it was a radio program, and then he started giving away literature. So his whole thing, he would have loved YouTube. Like seriously. I mean, he was a media whore. He knew how to work it. Yeah, right before there was television, he knew how to work it. He knew how to grab people's emotions and make them feel afraid. Well, he would make them feel afraid and also like they were God's chosen at the same time. And that's a pretty fucked up place to exist. And it keeps you really trapped.
Right.
Yeah. The emotional hostaging and just like, well, good thing the apocalypse is coming because you're with me, right? Yep, it sure is.
Oh, hi, Jason.
Hi, Jason.
He's also part of the one.
Hi, Jason.
Hi, Jason.
Our social media manager. Hey.
Welcome to the channel. You guys were saying about earlier about the being like the big God family. So right away in my head, it just went the godly bunch. The godly bunch.
Way they became.
I mean, you gotta laugh at this shit, to be honest. I mean, we're past the point of being extremely angry, and now we're just having fun with it. So.
There you go.
That's the way you do it. That's
it doesn't affect us anymore negatively.
But no, we're still angry sometimes. Come on.
That's true. That's true. I mean, our channel, we laugh, we cry, we tell jokes, we have a great time. We want reality. We lived in this world of just fakeness for so long, and I think our emotions were just desperate to break free and tell this story. Be like, you know what? The more we think about it, the more fucked up it actually sounds. Like all kinds of things happen to this through this church, through its members, and we want to help provide a voice for all those members. First and foremost, we are cult survivors. Then ex-evangelicals, then atheists, but we're all three. So yeah.
So how did you guys make the transition? Well, what were some of the maybe positive, probably negative things about being in the cult, and then how did you guys shift from that into the evangelical Christianity?
The evangelical stuff?
Well, our stories are different. Go ahead, Pat.
Yeah. So the positive, I actually thank you for that question, truthfully, because it can be really easy to get like sucked down into a spiral of angry about it. But I would say that now I look back and kind of have to recognize that my sense of justice and like interest in seeing the world become a better place, and like putting my effort toward that wherever I can, like being an activist, I would say I blame it on Herbert W. Armstrong, right? Because he, you know, along with the crap and the stuff I wouldn't have wanted, he also talked about the world tomorrow, which was this idyllic vision, kind of like heaven, but not really, where Jesus would come back and everything would be heaven with taxes. Sure, maybe. But it sounded good, right? It sounded like things that we would want to have happen would happen. And maybe even as a child, I kind of didn't see evidence of that God. And so as a child, I remember thinking of how we could do this, right? Like, how could we make a good world? And so in some ways, he made me believe in it, that we could do that. So I have ideas and I give what I can, you know, so I'll let him have that. I'll say Herbert W. Armstrong made me an activist. Like
he can't claim credit for the whole thing, but your idea of improving the world around you, even though he was full of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can dig that.
Yeah. No, that's a very good question, Mikey. Thank you. Yeah, and I'd say I'm along the same lines. I mean, I absolutely love this world and the people in it. And that's really hard to overcome when you are taught to hate this world and that it's evil and all the people in it are terrible and you should avoid them. That was quite a hurdle to get over. And now I absolutely love
those people you should actually avoid, but
right.
Yes. Oh God. Yeah, no, this is definitely our community, and I think it always was. It just
Yeah.
Well, you're welcome anytime, right? So you just show up and we'll let you. Hey, welcome, go on in. Here's a beer.
Just ring the doorbell.
Appreciate it, Neil.
Or a bourbon or whatever you drink.
Do the secret atheist knock. Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah.
They'll never guess it.
But there's just
That's
such
Nardwuar.
freedom in atheism too. Not being so
Can be.
restricted to these ideologies. And I feel like I was just pretending my whole life, like this whole half of my life. I'm like, who the fuck was I? I'm pretending to be something I'm not. Why am I doing that? Fearing the repercussions. I mean, I never actually believed in a God despite my efforts. I just couldn't. And I tried. So
the thing is, he would know you were pretending too, right? If he's real,
but that's what he wants you to do, right? I'm supposed to pretend because
I'm not sure. Does Yahweh care? Yahweh just wants us little people to
I thought it was
worship.
always,
I don't think he cares if we mean it or not.
I always kind of picture like a puppet master thing. It's like, you don't have to mean it, bitch, but you will dance. And I'm like, okay.
Oh.
It was very creeper, kind of like go through the ritual. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Say it.
Go fuck
say it. I was like, I'll say it. I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
Tool Smith says, I'm pretending to drive right now. Stay safe out there. Come on.
Too alive. No, too alive?
Too alive right now.
Too alive.
Please do not watch the show while driving. Unless you have, and then you can put it on in the car.
Oh, dear. Yeah.
Don't let them see the screen. It is a secret to them.
That's right. Yeah. All right. They got people whoring out your channel in the chat there. That's good.
Perfect. Yeah. Whore it out. I love it.
Good word.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like there was a second half to your question that we didn't get.
Oh, the negative parts.
Oh, we'll be here a while for that one.
I'm glad you guys responded so well to the top half. Now let's slide down into the negative.
But the positive, I like that we both took.
Let me get my book of negatives.
Positive.
Huh? So we get my book of negative issues.
Mm-hmm.
That's a light hope.
Yeah.
The negative.
Where do we start with the negative pads? We could go on about it for hours.
Let's start with sense of self. Yeah, sense of self.
Yeah.
Right. I think that is something that is somewhat kept from you in a cult that intense. Even like being able to know who you are and know your wants and desires, and to feel like you can have those met, right? Because you it's a box. It's this little tiny box. You've got to fit in it. And if you don't, you're not okay. You're not safe.
You're not supposed to want. You're not supposed to desire. Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, that probably
what
is
if you want to desire?
Exactly. What my desires.
Yeah. I mean, but that affects everything in some ways,
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Nancy?
Purple says a cult wants drones. It doesn't want anyone to be themselves. Yeah, good little worker bees or whatever, something along those lines.
Yeah, ring that bell.
Soldiers in God's army.
It's that whole bite model thing they talk about, right?
So, we cover the bite model quite often on our channel. Yes, we do, because it actually pertains to cults specifically too. But we realize, I mean, Patti and I were actually at a conference before BajaCon, Neil. We were at. What was the name of it? There in Portland, Pat's, when I went to see you. It was Cult Recovery. Freedom.
The safe.
Freedom from religion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A safe conference where they focus on cult survivors. And it's interesting to me how many cult survivors come out and they still find themselves in Christianity in some form. Because maybe they just can't make that leap yet. They still have a lot of fear surrounding. So getting back to the negative, I think a lot of us still have that fear looming over us. For me, it wasn't necessarily a fear of hell. We were just taught that no matter what we do, we are the chosen ones of God. And so we're going to go to, God's kingdom and all that. So I could be
free pass.
Yeah. Which, by the way, the place of safety is Petra, Jordan. Yeah.
Oh, Petra.
Whatever. Yeah. That was Armstrong's choice of safety. He said all God's people were going to go there. But both had, real interesting, right? We talk about that in our series on Armstrong. All those weird little details. Some you probably don't even want to know about. But
well,
as we're
we're pretty degenerate over here.
Well, there's all kinds of scandals surrounding this man.
Do tell.
From the psychological issues that Patti and I realize keep coming up as we're talking about it. There was no shortage of drama with this man. You could probably make a documentary on him. But towards the end of his life, I mean, he had 2 private jets, typical televangelist, but back in the day, an $8,000 champagne, one of those buckets where you cool champagne.
The ice bucket.
It's gotta stay cold.
Yeah.
It's chemistry. The silver is a great radiator of heat, so it will keep the heat away from my champagne.
Yeah.
I mean, that explains it. He had to have it.
It would have been a waste not to have it.
With our parents and other members' money, sometimes as high as 30% tithing that he required. For a while, this may have ended around the 70s, but he did have this very harmful divorce and remarriage program that split a lot of families apart. And there were a number of different suicides. Stories have come out. It essentially said, like, hey, if you got divorced and you're remarried to someone else, you have to divorce who you're married to and try to go back to that other person you were married to. Otherwise, you are living in sin.
What
and
the
you wouldn't
hell?
believe how many fucking people actually followed that.
So wait, time out.
Even after a divorce, it's still sin?
So time out. I'm married to Neil. Okay. And then Neil divorces.
Was I present for this?
And then I marry Mrs. Famine, and then I divorce her.
Right. You would have to divorce back to Neil.
I have to go back to Neil.
Yep.
What the hell? What if Neil's with somebody else?
Come here, buddy.
Well, he said, yeah, the rules were you had to do everything in your power to try to go back to them.
I have to take out whoever you're married to, Neil, because he said.
Well, if you want her name, it's Pamela Henderson.
Guy, you're gross.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, but see, the thing is, they had that rule and it must have been enforced for a while, but even by late 70s when our parents got together, like, our mom had been married and was divorced. So I don't know, I guess they were just using it when they wanted to give someone the boot.
Hold on.
Good question from Purple. What if you left the first partner because they beat you?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You have to stay with them.
No, I don't want to be with them because they're bad. That's why I left.
And, unfortunately, we have interviewed really wonderful people who also were part of this cult and went through some pretty terrible partnerships. Yeah.
Oh, man.
So we have an interview series. We have our main channel where we talk about various topics, Patti and I. And then we have our interview series where so far we've just been interviewing mostly survivors of the Worldwide Church of God and their offshoots. And we'll expand a little bit more on that. And then we also have our Unpack It series, which I think you saw the intro to, Neil, when we were at BajaCon. We showed you with the rock music in the beginning, where we are going over Armstrong's books that he wrote. And we decided to start with his sex book, The Missing Dimension in Sex. And so... yeah,
I'm sorry. What was the title of this book? Let me get this up.
It's called The Missing Dimension in Sex by Herbert W. Armstrong. And
just go straight to chapter 8.
Yeah.
You won't be disappointed.
We make that,
or you'll be disappointed and disgusted. I'm not sure.
It's amazing. We have a lot of fun on that.
Missing Dimension of Sex.
Mm-hmm.
I thought there was 3 dimensions this whole time.
Well, and I assume you guys have heard of David C. Pack as well, a Restored Church of God.
Yes.
He wrote almost the exact same book. What was the title of that one, Pets? It was virtually the same. So cringy.
Sex, It's Lost Dimension or something like that.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous.
He basically thought he was Armstrong after Armstrong died in the 80s. Yeah, he's got all kinds of minions. It's fun.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Mikey. Second half, Mikey. Second half. Read that.
I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed with this book. This book is gross.
We make it fun. Watch it through us.
I have to filter it through you. Make it pass it through a coffee filter and grounds of you guys.
Right.
I can't take it straight.
Nope.
Did Mikey just say he was going to ground you two up?
No, they're the grounds, and then the guy's
I
horrible book is the
metaphorically
water.
speaking.
He's gonna pour boiling water on us.
Pretty bad.
I'm gonna pour that
Holy
awful
crap.
book on them. That's someone's thing. I don't know. Someone's happy I said that out loud.
So funny.
Yeah, good times.
Someone close to us.
Thanks, Crystal, for putting all the stuff there in the chat
Yay,
there.
thank you.
PC locking it down.
Crystal's all over that stuff.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Number
Okay.
one
Oh
nut
yeah.
out here.
Hey, Crystal.
So I kind of want to know. So you went from like the cult sort of thing into the evangelical side of things.
Yep.
How do you? I mean, how do you end up going from one severity like the cult side to evangelicalism, which is just as severe a belief sort of system in my mind, anyways? Like, how do you end up there? And then what was it that sort of started triggering you to think about it as, do I really fucking believe this shit? And then leading finally out to the atheism side.
Patty?
Sure.
It was first
So-
for you.
Yeah, it was first for me. I spent about 10 years in evangelicalism, and I'm going to blame it on campus ministries, college campus ministries, how I got sucked right back in. I mean, not entirely. It was my fault, obviously. But in high school, our church had just fallen apart. Our dad was working away from home during the week and listening to a guy on shortwave radio who also claimed to be God's end time prophet and had a commune in South Carolina. So like, shit's a little crazy at home. I'm looking for something stable because here I am, a teenager and about to go be in the world. Like, what the heck, you know? And you can't not
Coffee reference.
yeah.
There's
There's like layers to that joke. That was good. Wait, where was I?
Layers. Sorry. Carry on.
Yeah. It's okay. Yeah. So I did get into an evangelical church near the end of high school just because I needed a place to be. And I had made a friend at the gas station I was working at. And so I went to church with him.
Too.
Oh, hey. Yeah, it's a good time. And then there was a boy.
It's always a boy. Fuck.
It's always a boy.
Wiener.
Yeah, so there was a boy that I got connected
probably
to
wiener.
at the church.
Damn. Boys.
And then
Yeah.
I was still with him when I went to college, but I kind of think I would have been on the decline of
muted.
my.
I've been muted. I have like 3 good jokes wasted. Damn it. And you guys laughed and everything. I thought you heard me. Ah.
Just good timing.
Like, no,
Um,
we're ignoring you guys.
Mhm. So it might have gone away at that point, but then there was Campus Crusade for Christ, and
Oh, yeah.
then there was Chi Alpha, which was the Assemblies of God campus ministry, and it turns out that the leader of it was kind of cute. Oh God,
no.
it's terrible, you guys.
I bet he
It
smelled
was
good
always
too.
always a dude. So I was a part of that, got connected to the local Assemblies of God church, and then you get that like charismatic stuff going, right, where you kind of like can do the thing where you like feel sort of spiritual in your brain. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You feel a little high, but it's like, and then you say it's the Holy Spirit,
Yes.
but really you were just like probably breathing funny or singing a lot or something.
Hyperventilating. Yes.
Boys
Or you're
are
home
trouble.
for that guy.
Don't trust them.
But yeah, so anyway, so that kind of led to all the years of being in the Assemblies of God church, and I met my husband there, and thankfully we both kind of started deconstructing at the same time separately, and then figured
Wow.
it out and
Interesting.
escaped. Yeah.
Interesting.
do you want me
Which
to-
one of you noticed the other one was doing it first?
You knew.
I think it was you, Pat.
You caught him doing something.
Yeah,
I don't
boys are
think-
generally clueless.
Girls are nosy, and boys think they can get away with everything. So you caught him doing something, some atheist video or something.
You know what? That's so funny. I think I did. I found that he was reading Joseph Campbell. And I was like,
I have that
what is
Occidental mythology.
Told y'all.
Yeah.
Told
I
y'all.
have that. Yeah.
Girls
I-
always will catch you, fellas. You'll never get away with it. Don't try. You'll just get caught.
Don't even look at atheist stuff.
Where are these
I need a
pictures?
window.
But we were really like into church. Like we served He ran sound. I did decorating at the front. So it was like a whole thing. So it was kind of a blow to the church when we were like, we're just gonna back away now.
Oh no,
Bye-bye.
Our power couple. Damn it.
I mean, kind of.
Literally.
Our wedding was like the social event that fall. Seriously.
I remember
Young-
that. Wow.
Young couples are important for churches because it makes
Yes.
people want to show up, and it's not just babies and grandmas. Like, it's good to have young people there, or else the youth does not want to be there.
Right.
It looks like a funeral every Sunday.
Yeah.
How many of them
Yeah.
actually do want to be there, though? How many people go out of guilt or
That's the thing.
It's
how
cultural.
people
Tell
will
you.
react if you don't? Yeah.
I just
I can't
want
tell you how
food.
many times that we've heard that people were still going to church even though they didn't believe.
The
Or
food is
want to be
good.
there is so fucking boring.
What are you going to eat
Yeah,
on
it
a Sunday afternoon? You're going to go to a restaurant? Hell no. You're going to put on some clothes, go to church. Music is actually kind of good. And then you just kind of go. And you go eat.
You eat the food.
Yeah, just the potluck. is
Mm.
what we
I'm
like.
trying to get fed. That's the best cooks in the city.
You mentioned the music, though. I do think
gelatin
the
with fucking vegetables in it. What is that? I don't know.
They didn't want y'all coming every week. They had the greasiest mac and cheese. Oh my God. I can't even think about that right now. What were you going to say, Patty?
No, it's okay. I was just saying the music too. I think the music was a really big thing in evangelical churches that helped to suck me in. Right?
Music is good.
Like
I mean,
that.
if the music's good, it's good, right? It doesn't matter what.
And
it
I
is.
love singing, honestly. So like having a time every week to go and sing songs that like sound nice was good.
Made you
I
feel
liked
good.
that. And they made you
Yeah.
feel good, right?
The
I mean,
spirit is
now-
within me.
It feels good to perform and have people reciprocate it back and everybody's
Yeah.
with you. Because Neil, you've been on stage, and if you have
Yep.
the crowd sing
Love
your
being on
words,
stage.
sing your words back to you, oh man,
It's happened a couple
Oh,
times, yeah.
Yes.
nothing better. So to
Yeah.
have, I'm gonna sing the song, y'all are gonna sing the parts. I'm go throw the mic to you.
Yeah,
you
I
sing
was
it.
able to do that
You
once,
know
and I was
that-
like, "Holy shit!" Never thought that would happen.
That is a general music thing that church has a monopoly on right now, man. I mean, every once in a while you get like big concerts and stuff like that, but concerts have changed. There's not a lot of throwing the mic in the crowd. Everything's so separate and everyone's so popular and big, and tickets are $1,000. But
We used to have
Yeah.
a little pub that did there was a jazz pub and blues and jazz usually, but on the Sundays they'd have the gospel singers in, and they were phenomenal singers. So
burn the house down.
Yeah.
Music is a trap.
Exactly.
Me and Neil's sound clouds are in the description.
yeah,
below.
check out our tunes down below there.
Do it.
I mean, there's even
But
some
really-
Christian music, but it's like take the concept of God out of it. You're still gonna like the music.
Yep.
But it's
No.
actually my understanding that they work the way the music actually progresses throughout the worship
Mhm.
time to like pull on your emotions and take you where
Sure.
they want to take you.
Absolutely.
They gotta,
Yeah.
they gotta peek you and then take you down and then let you. All right, let's do a little prayer. Let them put their heads down and catch their breath, and then I'm just gonna ramp it back up and then they're
Oh,
right back.
so it's
into it.
edging.
Big finale. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
These are things
I
that we
figured it
all-
out.
These are things we already know what the principle is. It's just they're applying it. It's the same thing.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Singing about the
Edging you
blood.
with
What
that
the hell is that
wafer.
all about?
You know you
Jason
love
says,
blood.
especially singing about
Oh,
the blood.
Oh,
Uh,
yes,
Especially
exactly.
skull. I love that
Jason,
skull emoji.
Yeah.
I do love that skull emoji.
Ah, Jason's the shit. No.
The cute, charismatic dude at the gas station is in the chat now.
Bill, is it you?
He's cute.
It's tons of mice. He does all these. People speak on here, and then he'll become whatever it was they said. They'll start putting it in the chat and stuff. Like that.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Whatever is the least convenient person for the last story you just told, that's the other entity that shows up in the chat. So yes, the cute charismatic dude at the gas station has appeared. He says,
Yeah, first popped in right over here. It says, "Hey, how you been, Patty?"
Oh, oh God, Bill, what are you doing here?
not again, Bill. We promised ourselves.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh.
So how about you,
Yeah.
Nancy? We heard Patty's side of things.
Well, let's just say Patti was at the height of purity culture and she did not let anyone down. And I was not. No, she.
Wait. What does that mean, Nancy? Because I'm pretty sure I let people down because I was very good at purity culture.
Yeah. Well,
a lot of upset people.
A lot of women fall into that trap of purity culture, and it was different with evangelicalism. It was kind of like, oh, you took pride in saving yourself for marriage and all that horrible shit. And for me, I was just like, well, my parents left when I was 17 years old, right? Patti was already in college. I was left to my own devices. And again, when you're thrown into this world that you, quite frankly, don't trust, don't think it's good, you think it's evil. I had a rough time out there. Turned to drugs, really, really strong alcohol, a lot of promiscuity. My life was just shit. And you know who got me out of that? My big sister right there.
Oh,
yes. But
where were you when I was going through that?
I guess I was just trying to feel something, right? It was hard because I never believed in this, and I didn't really deal with it. I was just trying to get from one day to the next, working dead-end jobs, eventually finding my way into the military. Yes, I was in the military for 10 years because I needed some kind of a family. I never really had stability. I needed people to fucking tell me what to do because I didn't know. I didn't know how to navigate this world on my own, nor did I trust my own mind. I did not trust my own mind to get shit done. I was just waiting to be told. And so the military kind of filled that void for a while. And how I got into evangelicalism? Well, it's the Army. It's the U.S. Army. You know, sometimes they have prayers before formation and all that shit. Chaplains that are Christian. Yeah, it's a little culty. It's a little culty.
But that's a government installation. The government would never sponsor one religion over others. That would be illegal.
You know.
That's why here in Canada, you guys remember from the BajaCon, we have the secular pastor or whatever she called herself.
I forgot her name, but I spoke with her and I just thanked her for what she did. So she is, what is it? She was the first atheist or free-thinking humanist chaplain. Yeah. Chaplain. That would have been nice to have when I deployed to Iraq. Have someone to talk to. Who could help me through, whatever maybe I was going through, depression, just kind of like, fuck life. What am I doing? But no, you get a little mini sermon when you go into the chaplain and spouting more Bible shit. And of course that triggered stuff for me. I'm just like, this is not helping. This is not helping. So eventually I just got connected with people who are evangelicalists, and they went to church on a regular basis. They praised me up and down for being in the military.
Because love bomb.
That whole world, they were practically on their knees in front of me. I was just like,
"You're a freaking hero!"
And I didn't have my own mind then. And so it's like evangelicals, they have some sort of radar saying, "There's one right there. Get her, get him." And they swoop in there thinking they're doing you a favor, right?
I smell low self-esteem.
Like, let me invite that person to church because I think this person needs Jesus. Again, I didn't believe in this. I have never once willingly gone into a church because I wanted to be there. I found myself in evangelicalism because, the people I got associated with at the time were just kind of, I knew they wouldn't like me not going. And so I just kind of went for a while, even sold Amway. Yeah.
Yikes. What is that?
Yeah, yikes. It's an MLM. Yeah.
Well, that's what a church is, but I mean.
I know. They're all connected, Mikey. They're all connected. But yeah, I was in it at that point. But
friends of our family did the Amway thing too.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Actually, they made money at it, so they were like top tier, I guess.
Well, good for them. Good for them.
I kept buying those peanut butter bars off of them. Give me the peanut butter bars.
It's hard.
Mom, give her $12.
Without being really involved in Christianity because they kind of they promote both at the same time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they really do. Yeah, you go to a conference for something like nice purple.
I'll read it.
Yes,
Jesus is
go
the
for it.
uncontested champion of edging. He has been about to come any moment now for about the last 2,000 years. Thank you.
Oh,
For
that's building up. That is building up.
Thank
Do
you
I
for
have the things? No, probably not. Nope.
Yeah.
What is that thing?
It's oh, yours has it. Oh, fuck it. Nice, Pat.
Mine doesn't do it. How do you
There's
do
your
it?
second.
How do you do that?
puppy.
Oh, that's probably not going to get the same reaction.
That should do something.
Bunch of
Yeah, that should do something.
a bunch of
Fists
vibrating
coming out of nowhere.
a bunch
punching
of
you in the face.
vibrating things come falling on your face.
What things, Mike?
Like the hot dog meme.
Kitchen timers. Little egg timers.
In what shape? Yes. Oh gosh.
It's only
Yeah.
30-second
Like a
timer
chicken.
on here. That's different.
So we'll just say it was a long, hard road for both my sister and I, and we're doing what we can for others who are also struggling to get out. I mean, there's so many people that reach out to us about their story, and they're just not even ready to tell it yet because it's that heartbreaking. Anything, everything from like gay conversion therapy stories about this church to literal torture. If you've ever seen James Swift on the show
Yes.
Haunted on Netflix. We're trying to get an audience with him. I've been in touch with him. He has a horrifying story connected to the Worldwide Church of God, many others as well. And so we're trying to bring awareness to that.
Oh,
I have a
What they
question.
showed on the outside was different than the inside. I'm sorry.
I have a question. So
Yes.
once you guys are both gone from the Worldwide Church,
Mhm.
have you run into anybody of that denomination kind of since you left, or is it just so insular that if you're in it, you're in it? But have you run into any other people, just like in the wild, as they say?
One, because people don't often talk about it. I don't think. A professor of mine in college, Dan Creed, he actually used to work for the governor of Minnesota, where Patty and I used to live in Minneapolis for quite a few years. It was Jesse Ventura at the time. He
Jesse
was
the body.
Wow.
Yeah, it was his assistant. And
Okay.
my professor, somehow the topic of Worldwide Church of God came up, and he mentioned that he was in United Church of God. That is one of the offshoots.
The ones that broke off, right?
Yeah. And he even wrote
Different
like
denominations in Christian type religions. That's weird. Eh?
What?
That
There's only
happens?
one true
Wow.
religion until it's split into two parts. And then
So it's been like thousands of different denominations.
But Mikey, each of those claim to be the true offshoot. as
right.
well.
I'm talking about the
Continuing
worldwide.
trend.
I'm just talking about a
Yeah.
world where like we are the only one, and they're like, well, not them. They're out of here, but us now.
No, we're it. We're the one. We're the right one. That's
We
the
have
correct guy.
pruned the excess.
How about this? How about none of you are fucking right? Shut the hell up.
Yeah.
How about that?
Just don't question it. Just trust.
How
Just
about them apples?
Yeah, just trust me.
Yeah.
It's good. Trust me, bro.
Yeah,
Mhm.
trust
Yeah,
me.
something
bro.
like that. Yeah. But that's the only one I met. Patty, did you ever meet anyone?
Only one
before this?
also, I think. There was one mom friend I had maybe 6-8 years ago that was like, oh yeah, I grew up in it too. What? Okay. But I think in
Is
her
she out
family,
now?
they were yeah, she's out, and she didn't seem to come away with quite the damage. Like, because to us, we have recognized that our parents were extreme, even for the extreme in that church. Like they were just very much, hardliners. And it sounded like her family was kind of like not quite Christmas and Easter, which we didn't celebrate anyway, but kind of like they went, but it wasn't like all encompassing. So
It really
that was the only one.
depended on the location too, because some people even celebrated birthdays. So it was very just sort of
Yeah.
convoluted in the rules for some of them.
That
Wow.
sounds very I want to say like Jehovah's Witness, where they don't celebrate birthdays. Is it sort of, do they use the sort of same reasoning for that, or?
I think so, right?
I think it's an idolatry thing,
Yeah, it's like don't glorify
Could be.
yourself because you should only
or it's a
glorify God.
pagan thing.
exactly.
It might have
But
been.
you
a
know,
pagan thing.
what
They
that
blame the
ended
last
up
stuff on
with, that made a whole lot of kids who didn't think they were worth very much in the 80s
Yeah.
when they saw
Yeah.
all their friends getting so much stuff. I mean, the 80s
Oh,
was
thanks, Mama
the-
Nintendo.
Right.
I
And
know.
also
Cue the
like,
Charlie
fuck,
Brown music.
that was also
Right.
the height of the satanic panic too, was the 80s.
Mhm.
Correct.
Yeah, don't play D&D.
Oh,
You might
Or
summon an
people
actual
were
demon.
rebelling.
Satan was everywhere.
Nice. Yes.
One of my
Everybody
girlfriend's
roll for
mom called
initiative.
me Satan, for fuck's sake. So.
My D20.
Oh, Neil, I did join the what is it? The Satanic Church, because
Satanic
you and
Temple?
R and Raw decided to tell me to join. Yeah, I joined.
Yeah.
Satanic Temple. Yes.
Love it.
Yeah. Did you get your card yet? Are you a card carrying member yet?
Oh no, I need to order one of those, right? And you get a little
I
certificate or
think when
something.
you pay your dues or whatever to join, they just automatically send you like a little certificate and you get a little wallet card. So.
Yep. I got you. Yep.
I like to show off my wallet card. Scares the crap out of people. So, what clubs are you in? Oh, let me show you.
Yeah.
But if I would have had one on there that was like Godzilla Club, they would have laughed me out of the building. It's the same freaking thing, man.
I love it.
I know.
You're not scared of Godzilla.
Wait, you're not in the Godzilla club? What's wrong with you?
I'd
Godzilla
be in the King,
Club.
I'd be in the
Oh, that's
King
funny.
Kong Club or the Mighty Joe Young Club.
Is there a
Oh,
Sasquatch one? I want to go to that one.
Yeah, let's be in the Sasquatch.
There actually
Club.
is a Sasquatch club.
Oh,
really?
Yeah, Squatch.
I'm writing that down. Awesome.
You just Google it. There's I think it's one in the Pacific Northwest somewhere.
Yeah, you have to come visit me now.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you're in the PWN there, aren't you? Or
Yeah, I'm in PNW. Pacific. Yeah.
Oregon, right?
There.
Oregon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mikey, where are you at? Are you still living? in
We're fairly close then. So
I'm just south of Chicago.
Oh, so you two are close and
Oh.
we're close.
So you're close to me, Mikey. I'm in Champaign-Urbana.
Yeah.
it's just starting to sound like love connection, but these out there are married here. But anyway,
We're the ones that
we all can
husbands
appreciate
are in the
it.
background fuming right now. Fuck these guys. Relax, folks.
she's
It's
more
just
than
joke,
she's more than welcome to come over with my loud baby and wife and hang out with us. We're a bundle of fun watching Moana 37 times a day.
Artie says, "I'm in Fort Fun."
I'll come party with you, Mikey.
Fort
No
Wayne.
worries.
And Tool Smith says, "I flash people."
Do
Flash
you?
what?
That's true.
Sure. Yeah,
He's
I don't have
flashed
no problem
before.
flashing people.
Flash danced.
Yeah, yeah.
Flash.
I use my flashers on. No, never mind.
Flash freeze.
What the hell I'm doing
He's flash freeze several things.
here. Flash frozen. Yep.
I had
Including-
an army question. How big
Nope.
was like the religious overtones during your 10-year tenure? See what I did there?
If you want like a percentage, I mean, it was pretty
Wordsmith.
heavily
Like
set.
was it like everywhere you went, or was it kind of like everyone was just like, whatever, bro, just say you're going to the chaplain so that you don't have to fucking drill. You know what I'm saying? Like, was it
For the most part, it was kind of an unspoken thing in the army.
like, do you think that
but
they
it
were
was
like actual
there.
Christians, or do you think they were just like getting out of shit by going to the chaplain and stuff?
Oh, you mean in that scenario? No, I think a lot of people just needed to talk about things, and the chaplain was that person to be able to talk to. I think if you're an atheist in the army, you don't dare say you are because of the repercussions of that. That's just not an acceptable thing in the U.S. military. It's just not. No, I mean,
nuts.
That's what
they're
I
not
wanted to
supposed
tease
to
out.
treat you any different, but they will. It's very much a Christian entity, in my opinion. I just
You would know best.
But that's funded by the U.S. government.
I
There's
know.
no way that they would have.
You keep saying that, Mikey. I don't know.
There's no way the largest military budget, I don't know, on the planet is totally corrupted by all these religious people. Huh. No one would have ever guessed.
It's actually really horrifying when you say it like that. Thanks.
It's cool. The Christians have the nukes. We're all good here, guys. Have a good night.
Correct.
Holy fuck.
I mean, you're not wrong, Mikey. You're not wrong.
Like
That's
like
it. I'm
even if
building my
we got
spaceship and flying to
even
Mars.
if we got a tank from them, we don't even know how to drive it. Like, we're in such bad shit.
I don't know. Things may have changed over the years. I deployed in 08 to 09, and I got out in 2012. Things may have progressed a little bit since then. I'm not sure. You know, things were definitely different when Bush was in office. So
That is true.
The Jews have space lasers.
Fucking Marjorie Taylor Greene. She
Yes,
said,
we do.
And then she said, I never said that. And then somebody pulled the clip right up. I'm like, I can't believe people lie on the internet. Don't you know someone
People
will edit?
lie on the internet. What?
People will edit your words together so fast.
Yeah. Keeps it interesting. Yeah. Yeah.
Great.
good
Just we
times.
need Iran having nukes too. Great. If
Cool.
an Islamic
I'm
nuke
going-
becomes a Christian nuke. Everyone's gonna.
I'm out of here. Me and the
I'm just gonna
Lord-
stand right in the
No.
center because I ain't gonna survive that shit, and I don't want to.
me and the crab people underground have been planning for this for months.
Crab people.
You're not wrong. I have a
Crab.
kid who says that all of evolution is headed toward crabs.
It's really?
Yeah, like it's like the perfect body plan or something. I don't know. Perfect.
Look at the
perfect
horseshoe-
evolutionary plan.
Look at the horseshoe crab.
Yes.
They're super old,
Literally
but
untouched.
What I've read in the papers that I've read,
Ah.
they suggest that the next dominant species to be on this planet, if we were to be wiped out, is going to be cephalopods. So squid and octopus and stuff like
They're already in charge now, Neil.
that.
Just of the water parts.
They figured out how to open jars. It's all over.
Yo, when I saw the octopus
cool.
solve the underwater maze in like 30 seconds and he had to
Yeah.
unscrew shit, I was like,
Yep,
oh,
they're
this
super smart.
put a fucking car battery in that tank right now. Like fucking get that
Put a
monster.
carpet there. Drop a toaster in there.
Yeah, he's got
Plug
to
it in
go.
first.
Too smart. Too smart.
Planet of the Apes, my ass. It's gonna be
Bro,
Planet
And
of
too
the
many
fucking
arms
octopi.
too.
Have you
Yeah.
guys seen that recent video of John's on Godless Engineer where him and his buddy, I think it's Justin, where they're both looking down from a boat at a whale penis. They're both like,
Oh yes, it was Justin.
they're in my face. It's massive. It looks like an octopus arm or something.
Yep. Yeah, the whole whale peen thing started way back when he was having back and forth with Hovind. So
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That's where that
About
came
their
from.
hip bones.
Yeah.
He's like, no, it's used for mating. It's like, no, they don't need that, brother.
All those vestigial things.
They can mate without probably being in the same area code. Like the guys are nasty. They're freaks of nature. They're fine. Those bones were those bones were from when their ancestors used to walk. That's what that's for.
That's right.
When they had legs.
That's right.
Oh, it's for reproduct. Again, brother, I'm just going to show you this image, and you tell me where he's having a problem. Okay,
It fills the whole screen.
right. Was there any like young Earth creationist kind of anti-science stuff that any of your previous kind of flavors left there?
Like, were you guys sort of anti-science?
Yeah, like
Because of
how?
that stuff?
Actually, good question, and maybe all the guests should answer this. How old is the Earth?
Oh,
I think
mean-
Armstrong was old Earth, right?
A couple hours.
you know, I've actually found
conflicting.
conflicting information. So I think he
Yeah.
started Old Earth, and I think as the evidence mounted, I think he kind of just stopped talking about it. That's the best guess I have, or what I can see that he did.
good at
I feel like we still kind of learned Young Earth, but it was like this two-part thing because of the whole doublet of Genesis 1 and Genesis 2, you know, where they took the same creation story written two different ways. And then they're like, yeah, it's just first and second chapter. So they actually believe that as literal, that like there was an earth and everything was fine and dandy and whatever, but it didn't have people or something like that. And then Lucifer got up all in his thinking he was hot shit and tried to dethrone
Hottest
God. And then like, you know, cosmic warfare, and that's why we have all the craters on the planet now. And then God created Earth again because that's what it said in chapter 2, and then that was when he made us and all that stuff, something like that. I might have
Maybe
that
it's like a
little bit wrong.
peanut Earth, where there's like the first
Oh.
Earth, and they got all busted up, and they had to like bubble off a second Earth.
He just
Yeah.
can't seem to get it right, no matter what he does. Huh?
Perfect.
Or it could just be
design.
like mitosis, right? Like
yeah, like
it's
two
just-
like
yeah.
splitting cells.
yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
Little figure 8 Earth. The flat Earth.
Just
is for
pictured
right and
Lucifer
wrong.
in his little X-wing going up against the god in his fucking Death Star or something.
I know, it's so great.
Lucifer, you've turned off your targeting computer. I'm okay.
I know these demons.
In his recent book,
Use the horns. Use the horns.
True.
Oh no, you do it like that.
Temporal shrimp. No, like that.
That's my worst fear in D&D is a temporal
Usually do
shrimp.
that.
Oh, that's something else. I think this is a different.
It's I
That's,
love
I
you.
love you.
We got all D&D.
Is that what that is? Oh.
In ASL. You have to
So is
wave it
this-
though.
So if we do it like this, is this the devil loves you?
Yes.
The devil.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Let's do it. Let's adopt that for our
That's the
Satanist
new thing.
religion. Yeah,
Sure.
Devil loves you.
Devil loves you.
Devil loves you guys.
I'm so stupid. I'm
Smoky,
sorry.
smoky.
Hang up on me. I'm done.
Never, never. You'll sit in
Temporal
this.
shrimp.
I wanted
Oh,
to
man.
mention too that Armstrong, in his latest book, that one we're reading, The Missing Dimension of Sex, he says over and over and over, he needs to draw the separation of humans and animals. Like he was just, I'm assuming, so against evolution, Pat, or at least he was at one point, where he just had to keep reiterating it. Like you said, Sesame Street, getting people in the mind here, be like, we are so much more
Above
animals. Yeah, there's dumb animals. Like he just kept reiterating, but not really saying much else about it, just making sure we all knew we're not animals, we're not like dumb animals.
Well,
We
you're
are
a divine creation versus
That's right.
the other divine creations.
Yeah.
Divine means made from like a supernatural
Oh shit! Sorry.
deity.
big on
So
that.
everything is divine if God made everything, which you dumbass.
Yeah.
If everything's divine, then nothing is fucking divine. Like, what the fuck? It doesn't mean anything. This poop is divine.
Holy shit.
Yeah. The holy
There
shit.
it is.
Really, yeah.
Well done, Patty. Off the
Ah.
backboard. Off the backboard.
Yeah.
Put her arm in the net.
Wait, is it the after party or is this the interview? I forget.
I mean, we're kind of morphing into after party now.
Yeah, I
Works
think
for
that's
me.
what's happening.
Well, we only got a couple of minutes left. So everybody,
Okay.
I'm going to check their channel one more time. I left a directive in there that everybody needs to go sub. And I don't know what is taking everyone so long. So I will post the link again. Make it happen, y'all.
We're
gonna get 'em to
Crystal
450.
posting them there, and apparently you're me.
Yes, I am Neil.
Apparently I just popped in the
604
chat.
Atheists, 7:59
4.
p.m.
What the hell?
But we all. I'm reading the thing as it comes across the screen as a joke. The every guest kind of gets the last question, the same last question. If you could go back and talk to previous religious you, what would you tell them in their ear?
Run.
I know, right?
Try the veal.
I often say I would tell myself, you're gonna make it. You are gonna go on to live an incredible life full of adventures, and your mind is gonna be clear. You are no longer gonna huddle up like this and try to make it so you're not seen or heard from because you don't want to fuck up and get beaten for it, and you don't want God to punish you for it. I am going to go out and live this full life and be part of this amazing atheist community. So thank you guys for having us on, because we feel like we finally found where we belong.
Yeah.
Eat the bacon.
Jason,
Bacon and shrimp
I
now.
like Jason already.
I'm glad we said hello to Jason earlier because God, he ain't wrong. Eat the fucking bacon.
I think we
know,
should
we were
invite
kept on
Jason to
that.
be a part of the after party.
I believe so.
Oh, I
Because
think
I believe
so.
you guys are friends.
Make it so number one.
We
Hey,
keep
I'm
telling
number one.
Jason,
We gotta get
come out to the world.
604 Beavers. I have a meme order. I want Neil as Patrick Stewart, and I want me as Riker. Make it so.
Make it show.
Make it so.
That
I
sounds
love the
great.
nerdiness. It's so good.
Number one.
So,
Number one.
Boil the
If
shrimp.
I
not
could
the
go back
bacon.
and talk to myself, I would reinforce that it would be okay to trust myself. That was the hardest thing.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Like,
Very
it'll
good.
be okay. You can trust what you think is real and
Yeah.
true.
that
What
was
was
one
like
of the
the-
hardest parts. Yeah.
What was the one thing that finally broke the camel's back to make you guys atheists?
I know I started listening. This was years ago, and
That
I want to
metal
say
music,
it was
right?
actually. I know, right? You have some great background music. I've always loved hard rock, extra hard. So I love your music, Neil.
Yeah, thank you.
But for me, it was listening to, I want to say first, Seth Andrews. He was talking about like music in the 80s, whatever video that was.
One more tally for Seth.
Yeah. And then Matt Dillahunty came shortly after. And I had a check mark for Matt. And I just remember thinking, I feel like I belong in this world. I feel like I couldn't believe that other people thought the same way as me. And I kept listening. I'm like, oh, this is actually how I think. And I'm not putting on my fake face forward. You know, this is me. This is how I've felt my whole life, but I couldn't show it. And so that just kind of got me on the path to reassure me. Like, again, I never believed in a God. I just somehow got sucked into that world. And it was more of a control thing. Realizing that I just let people control me once into my adulthood, and that was a long process. So
until you finally said, fuck this.
Absolutely, fuck this. And I could be myself now, and now I am, and I'm the happiest I've ever been. So thank you.
Air horns.
To everyone in this community. Yeah.
All
right,
how about you, Patti?
What about you, Patti?
I think for me, probably there was a lot I had noticed, and then some big things, like when I went on a missions trip, just the like bullshit happening of how people were treated and stuff, where I think these like noticing the real world and noticing what I was supposed to believe were different, but I couldn't notice it because that was too scary. So there was like this subconscious cracking for a while. And then when I was at the point of, hey, I think I'm going to get pregnant and I'm going to have a kid, that was the moment for me where it was like, I couldn't do it. All the things that deep down I knew were horseshit. I couldn't tell my kid. I couldn't indoctrinate my own kid into it because I was thinking about it, right? Like all these things with a child and thinking what that would be like and putting them in the little nursery at the church. And nope.
And then walking away.
And that was it. I was done.
Yeah.
It was still the extrication process was still a bit tricky after that, but mentally, emotionally, that was the ticket for me that cracked it all.
Right, for sure. I can understand that.
It's for the kids.
Well, ladies, I want to say thank you so much for hanging out with Mikey and I for the last hour or so, and sharing your stories with us. We really do appreciate that. And
thank you guys.
That many folks that tune into our channel and see these shows also appreciate it because I get flooded with emails every once in a while. I get 4 or 5 in a row. Hey, I just saw your channel and blah blah blah, and there's some great stuff, and then I appreciate what you do. So you're helping the system. Let's put it that way. You're helping people find their way free and know that there's somewhere safe to go. And that's kind of what we do here is we build a little community and whatnot. So and speaking of community, we do the after party just so people can meet each other and hang out. And I don't know how you guys do that. It's like magic.
Yeah. How are you doing that?
Well, I normally can, not now.
Yeah, magic.
It must be God. He did it. Yeah.
I think this is using Zoom in the background. That's how it does it.
Oh, yeah.
She got the Zoom plugins. I ain't got
there. You go.
Neil, is Lilith Liberated going to be in the after party at all?
Lilith Liberated. I don't know.
I can reach out.
I could. Yeah. I mean.
Oh, you're fine. I love her content.
She's great. She's super.
Yeah,
great.
She's a lot.
I know her personally, and we hung out when I go. I don't. You didn't come to the Calgary one, did you?
No.
Okay, so that's where her and I went to the Calgary con.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, she seems like a great.
I did the museum film with Aaron about dinosaurs and stuff, so we did that.
Yeah.
Which was a lot of fun to do. Anyway. So if you guys want to hang out with us in the after party, just let us know one way or another. We'll get a link to you. If you just want to sit in the chat, there's a link to the after party in the chat below.
No, we'll be there. I have Aaron Raw gave me a bottle of wine from Canada, so I'm gonna crack that open tonight.
Oh, he gave me all his hot sauces.
Oh, he promised me next time in Dallas he's gonna take me to the hottest wing place.
So we got.
Is it Ghost Pepper? Nah, joke.
Nah, joke.
Oh, cranberry.
And this one here.
That's just bear spray.
Oh god.
Was it purple tongue knot sauce?
Oh.
I don't
know. I saw the word apocalypse in there.
Apocalypse? Yeah.
Purple got
purple. Where's purple?
Purple got their own hot sauce.
Yeah.
Well, we have Purple Rhymes with Orange in the chat. So
Yeah. Hi, sweetie.
and we got this one. Oops. Which I don't know
Ooh, I
what
like the
hell this one
logo
is.
on that.
Anaconda, of course.
Serpent.
Aaron had that.
Serpent something. Flaming Serpent. Anaconda.
Excellent.
Where did Aaron
4
get
out
all
of 5. 4 out of 5. Gonna kill your heart things there. So
Oh,
Aaron got
I'm
these from
good.
the BajaCon people. And then
Amazing.
there's this. It's so potent. It's 80 weight, 90.
What the? No,
Super
dude.
premium hot sauce. Like this stuff is
Dude,
probably
they fucking labeled it like oil.
yeah.
I know. And it's such a tiny bottle. Yikes.
Keep that shit away from me. Anyway, yeah, and it's a little tiny bottle.
Oh my goodness.
Just
They
fine.
use that stuff on protesters, bro.
Do they? How do you?
Yeah, and you got it on your
protester one?
wings. That's some straight hot pepper spray.
Yeah, it's basically
Good
so I'm
luck
loaded up with
shitting
pepper.
later,
with
Neil.
hot sauce.
Capsaicin.
Oh my god.
Just straight.
My toilet
capsaicin.
hates me.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You can melt it.
I'm sorry. I just looked at the chat. Doorknob
no.
head said purple rhymes with your butt is now on fire.
Yes, I drink paint thinner
Your
every day
butt
for
is
my
now
health.
on fire.
Yeah,
Oh, I love you all so
Well,
much. Oh gosh.
burning ring of fire.
The
All right,
Johnny,
so
just Johnny Cash, the hot sauce. You know it. It's just a black bottle. Just all the black. You get what you get.
now, guys, remember we do a bit of a break in between the two shows. We'll usually try to get going around 6:30 for the after party, so that everyone has the ability to do a little bio break or grab a snack and refill your drink, your nectar of the gods,
Or
so
go
to speak.
subscribe.
Or go subscribe to their channel.
Yes.
Definitely. This is why I'm a snow Mexican. I'm a snow Mexican. That's right. Anyway. Yeah. So thanks everybody. Thanks to our wonderful patrons and members. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do the show as awesome as we can. So it's because of you that we're able to do this. Also, thanks everyone in the chat for hanging out with us. And yeah. And until next time, guys, like I always say at the end of the interview part of the show, like the late, great Christopher Hitchens once said, it's called faith because it's not knowledge. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Neil. Thanks, everybody.